And we're back, guys. Welcome to Good Energy. We're in the studio with a special edition here. We are going to be talking Iga Swiatek. That's right, the Polish princess. Look, she's in the news. She made some statements against the president of Polish tennis. He's been accused of sexual assault, allegedly. Okay, we have to respect the legal process and let things play out accordingly. And until then, all men and women are innocent until proven guilty. However, Iga's in the news because she's speaking up. And listen, guys, this is something that I wanted to discuss and cover because it's rare nowadays when you it's just rare when you can find a top athlete in their sport speak up about issues. Kyrie Irving in the news a lot lately for just expressing his views. I mean, listen, the man is he's a huge philanthropist. He's sympathetic. He wants to know his history, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. And the reality here is he's taking a lot of heat for his beliefs. He stood up for a lot of people, homeless people. He stood up for anti-mandate people. And he proved to be right. A lot of people he defended when no one did. He supported the WNBA. So it's rare for top athletes in their sport to stick up for things they believe in. Muhammad Ali is probably the poster boy for that. Rest his soul. A lot of people hated Muhammad Ali when he fought, but now they call him the greatest. And look, he fought for a lot of issues. He forfeited millions of dollars for his beliefs. And now Iga possibly, I don't know, it might be a stretch to say she's in that similar situation to forfeit future purses, but she could very well become public enemy number one for speaking up on issues. And she's been speaking a lot lately. And look, you don't see top athletes speaking up about issues. Serena Williams did. She fought for equal pay. She boycotted the Indian Wells for nearly 2 decades for her beliefs. Other than that, I can't really. I mean, Naomi Osaka did fight for issues in Haiti. She has been vocal. So, yes, Naomi definitely is someone that comes to mind. Coco Gauff comes to mind. She's stood up for a lot of issues. But other than that, I can't think of any other current tennis. I mean, Ons Jabeur, she handles things with love. I think she's a classy player, classy person. She has a Mother Teresa approach. She just wants a love for Africa and for fans, and she just wants to spread love. So I love Ons Jabeur. But Iga Swiatek has been, look, she's been complaining about the schedule. She is very vocal, and I think tennis is going to be better when there's one clear favorite. You know, you can promote the sport. That's why Serena Williams and Venus, they saved women's tennis. I don't care what you say. No one was watching women's tennis like that. You know, Serena and Venus saved the sport. And the sport is best when there's a clear favorite like Iga Swiatek. Now let's get into these allegations, guys. And I'm going to want you to comment below, leave your feedback on what you think. So allegedly, the Polish tennis president has been accused of sexual assault. And Iga came out with a tweet, and this is her personal statement. Now, I'm going to start with reading what she said, and bear with me now because English is her second language. I've looked over what she said, the tweet, and there's a lot of grammar issues and punctuation issues, and that's because English is not her primary language. So I'm going to do my best to read it, essentially translating what she said in a clear understanding type of way. So Iga says, I feel that as a current leader of women's tennis, I can't be silent about particular matters. I remember that I appreciate having the freedom to decide whether I want to speak up about something or not. Decide considering my sensitivity, knowledge, boundaries, and strength. I have at the moment to support people who suffer or encourage you to do something, like taking care about our mental health. And that's why I know that. When it comes to physical violence or emotional abuse, the most important issue is thinking and being sensitive about victims. And when we speak up about something wrong happening, we need to think about them first. And most of all, I'm trying to do this the best way I can. Look, this is amazing. And listen, I had the chance to briefly interact with Iga at the WTA finals. Took pictures, signed balls. I think she's classy in person. And look, I've had my issues with her all throughout the season, but a lot of times, and I'll be honest with you, you don't really, it's tough to judge people. I mean, they say within the first 11 seconds of meeting someone, you've already judged them 11 times. Their hair, their appearance, their clothes. You're making all these assumptions on someone you don't know. And I'll be honest with you, Alina Svetlana, she's someone that I did not like for a very long time in tennis, but I took the time to really understand her and put my perceptions aside and try to see who she was as a tennis player, and I just fell in love with her game. And then off the court, I started, following up on her. I'm like, she's an amazing person. She loves her country, and Iga Swiatek's the same. I thought she would be the next biggest thing in tennis. I was right about that, but I didn't like her antics. But I don't think she was doing them on purpose. I think she was doing them because she felt disrespected, not getting the attention a number one should. So I think she was lashing out on the court on purpose. She didn't need to do those things. Now I think she's found her lane and her avenue to really gain the media support, and that's by speaking up on issues, okay? Did you guys just catch what I said? Yes, she was doing the antics because she felt disrespected and wanted attention, but that's not the way you get attention to your matches, okay? Now she found her lane. That's speaking up on issues. I think she's brave for this because in this cancel culture, this could backfire. She could lose sponsors. And she's been complaining a lot about schedules, this and that. Listen, I think this is brave for someone, especially a number one, to attack. Polish is not on the map for athletics these days. JJ, she's retired from the UFC. We saw Carolina come back with a huge fight at Madison Square Garden in New York City. But other than that, no one's really checking for the Polish national team, So let's just be honest here. In my personal opinion, I think that she's brave for doing this. And she's attacking the Polish. Unbelievable. This is huge right here for Iga. Okay, but let's move on to the second paragraph. And remember, disclaimer, English is her second language, so there are some grammar issues, and I will read it as if it's proper English. I'm against violence in sports and tennis, in every discipline, and in everyday life. That's why I consider the articles about the president of the Polish Tennis Association as a serious matter. Governing bodies should determine what happened, and I hope they will take care of this case after the media wrote about the stories of people who they talked with. This is not my role to do the work of governing bodies and journalists, as the matter is too serious and it's about people's life and health. Now, the third paragraph, she says, what I feel I can do is to encourage you to look for help when something bad happens in sports communities and in every situation in life, when there's a possibility that someone can suffer from physical violence or emotional abuse. If someone suffers because of it, the most important thing is to take care of themselves and seek support. There are hotlines and organizations helping people who suffer because of violence. Iga is taking a risk calling out the Polish president of Tennis Association. This, I hope it doesn't backfire, but she is the best. And she goes on to say that her father, she's thankful for him protecting her. And listen, I've been critical of Coco Gauff, but it's necessary. Her father is at every single match. He's making sure his daughter is safe. And listen, this world is crazy, especially the entertainment and sports world. I mean, you have coaches that, do some horrible things to these players. We've heard the stories. And of course, what's going on in China with the Chinese player? Excuse me, I don't recall her name. If anyone knows, please comment below. She hasn't been seen in forever. What's up with that after she accused Chinese officials of doing the unthinkable? But listen, I'm a huge fan of Iga Swiatek. I have been. I said she's the future of tennis. I said that several years ago. She's a junior slam. She was a junior slampion then. Now she's a grand slampion now. And the reality here is two-time French Open champion. And I think she's found her lane. I think she realizes that doing the antics and things mid-match, I don't think she wants that type of PR attention. I think the Donna Vekic issue in San Diego really blew the lid off, and she said, look, I can't do that. That's not going to work because everyone's starting to hate me. And now she's speaking up on issues. So she found her lane. She's been complaining a lot. She wants a WTA to pick a neutral site like the ATP finals and promote it. She's complained about that. She complained about the Billie Jean King Cup being too close to the finals. Now she's speaking out about this. This is more close to home, but I don't know if I was her PR person or manager, if we would have just released a generic statement. Like, I heard about the allegations, on the Polish president of Tennis Association, and I myself, just like everyone else, will look forward to the legal system finding truth and bringing justice to those that need it. Maybe a general statement like that, I just thought about that on the fly. But just maybe a generic statement like that, but she actually went in depth about it. But what I will say, being, someone on the platform, is we have to acknowledge that everyone's innocent until proven guilty. Look, we've seen many times in life, especially in sports, where people make things up to ruin people's career. Sometimes these things are political. They want to ruin people's reputation, etc., etc. So we have to assume that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Because let's say these claims are false, then you have Iga, the top Polish tennis player and the #1 player in the world, speaking up about it. Then, essentially someone could be assumed guilty before even getting a fair shot. So everyone's innocent until proven guilty. But guys, what do you think about Iga standing up on these issues? Yay or nay? Should she keep quiet and hit the racket? Okay, shut up and serve? Or should she speak up about these issues? Comment below. Iga fans, Iga haters, doesn't matter if you love her or hate her, comment below. Is she doing the right thing? Good energy. Thanks for the love and support. It's been an amazing year with predictions, but I will start to cover a lot more of what's going on in the tennis world as well. Join me tomorrow. We head back to Andorra. Good energy reporting.